ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारम् प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। नत्वा श्रीभारती तीर्थ
नत्वा श्री
भारती तीर्थ
विद्यारण्यमुनीश्वरौ
विद्यारण्यमुनीश्वरौ
अधीमहे पञ्चदशीम्
अधीमहे पंचदशी
कैवल्यपदसिद्धये
कैवल्यपदसिद्धये।
पंचमहाभूत विवेक प्रकरण श्लोक नंबर 32। शून्यमासीदिति ब्रूषे
शून्यमासीदिति ब्रूषे
सद्योगं वा सदात्मताम्
सद्योगं वा
सदात्मताम्
शून्यस्य न तु तद्युक्तम्
शून्यस्य न तु तद्युक्तम्
उभयं व्याहतत्वतः
उभयं व्याहतत्वतः
न युक्तस्तमसा सूर्यः
न युक्तस्तमसा सूर्यः
नापि चासौ तमोमयः
नापि सौतमोमयः
सच्चून्ययोर्विरोधित्वात्
सच्छून्ययोर्विरोधित्वात्
शून्यमासीत् कथं वद
शून्यमासीत् कथं वद
वियदादेर्नामरूपे
वियदादेर्नामरूपे
मायया सुविकल्पिते
मायया सुविकल्पिते
शून्यस्य नामरूपे च
शून्यस्य नामरूपे च
तथा चेजीव्यतां चिरम्
तथा चेज्जीव्यतां चिरम्
सतोऽपि नामरूपे द्वे
सतोऽपि नामरूपे द्वे
कल्पिते चेत्तदा वद
कल्पिते चेत् तदा वद
कुत्रेति निरधिष्ठानो
पुत्रेति निरधिष्ठानो
न भ्रम क्वचिदीक्ष्यते
न भ्रमक्वचिदीक्ष्यते
सदासीदिति शब्दार्थभेदे वैगुण्यमापथेत्
सदासीदिति शब्दार्थभेदे वैगुण्यमापतेत्
अभेदे पुनरुक्तिः स्यात्
भेदे पुनरुक्तिः स्यात्
नैवं लोके तथेक्षणात्
नैवं लोके तथेक्षणात्
Up to this we have seen. Sadeva somya idamagre asit. Idamagrah asit. Ekameva dvitiyam. In analyzing the Vakya of the Chandogya Shruti, every word being analyzed, and the analysis is not complete without bringing in the Purva Pakshi, the continuations of the Purva Pakshi. And particularly here the Purva Pakshi, who is relevant and who misinterprets the Vakya, he doesn't, the Purva Pakshi, the Buddha, they don't accept the Veda, but they say Shunyameva Asit. The same Vakya, they say, their interpretation. Shunyam Asit, Shunyam Asit Chet, Vadatu Sadyogam Va Sadatmata. Shunyasya Swarupam Kim. Sataha Sambandam Prapya Asit Va Uta Sadrupena Asit. Both he cannot say. Does it have association with Sat or Sat Swarupa? It is like asking Suryaha, Tamasa Yuktaha Suryaha. It is something like that. Therefore, Sat Shunya Yoga Virodhitvat. Shunyam Asiti Katam Vattum Shakyate. Yadi Shunyam Sat Swarupam Chet. Then it is Sat. Only the name is different. You call it Shunyam, we call it Sat. Satah Samandam means non-existence having connection with Samanda with existence. Impossible. That is like Surya. Prakasha Rupa Surya having sambandha with the darkness. What sambandha? Virodha. There is no sambandha. Where light is, there darkness will not be. Light comes, darkness goes away. Then the other contention, the other argument he gave. Mayaya suvikalpite vedadege namarupe brahmani tadbata shunyasyapi. Then it is very fine, very good. Shunyasya namarupe pi tadvat kalpite. Non-existence also exist like the Vedadi, the Jagat, Namarupa Jagat, as it gains existence because of Maya, Kalpita, Suvikalpita, as it is imagined by Maya on the Brahma. Similarly, Shunyam also. Shunyam is non-existence. But like the Jagat, which gains existence, which has existence, which gains existence because of Maya, which is Kalpita and Brahma because of Maya, similarly Shunyam. Then we say, Chiramjivyatam. We are talking the same thing as we are talking. If this Jagat can be Kalpita and Brahma, we don't have problem of Namarupa Shunya also Kalpita and Brahma. Because anything which is Kalpita is Mithya. Shunya also is Mithya. So I'm adding one more Mithya, having one more Mithya is not an issue. Then he said, Sataha Namarupe Dve Kalpite Che Tadavada. Sat itself Kalpita. Sat Kalpita, you can say, provided Sat as an Adhisthana. Jagat is Kalpita on Brahma, we say, because Jagat is on Brahma, because Brahma is the Adhisthana. Adhisthana Brahma, Adhara is Brahma, and the Adeya is Jagat. Now, Satta also is Kalpita, if you say. Sat is Adheya. Sat is supported. Supported by what? Sat cannot support itself. Sat without any support cannot exist. Niradhishtanaha. Niradhishtanaha Sat. Niradhishtanaha, not only Sat, anything without Adhishtanam. How can it be? So, such Brahma na kvachit ikshyate loke iti. All these we discuss one by one. All these are very good, nice points to think and how the author counters the Purva Pakshi. Then the contention which we saw the last class. Sadasit, Sat Asit, we cornered, we argued non-existence existed or exist cannot be. Similarly, the Purva Pakshi, the Bodha, the Madhyamika, he picks up this line of argument from us and tries to attack us. As you said, non-existence exists is contradictory. Similarly, Sat Asit also is contradictory. Either contradictory or it is dosha. Sat Asit, existence existed. Existence existed. Sadeva somi idam agre asit. Sat eva asit. Sat asit. Sat existence, asit existed. Asat asit iti katanam na yujyate. Tadvat sat asit api. Ayuktam eva. Katam ayuktam. Sat asit. Sat is existence. Asita also, from the asdhatu, it also means exist, that which exists. So it's a kriya padam that also the same meaning, exist. Now, if you say sat asit, sat asit, existence existed, then between the two words, sat asit iti namapada kriyapadayoko शब्दयोः अर्थभेदः अर्थः भिन्नः वा एतयोः शब्दयोः अर्थः भिन्नः वा उत अभिन्नः वा इति. If it is भिन्न, then it is द्वैतम्. यदि भिन्नः तर्हि सृष्टेः प्राक् किमस्ति? पदार्थद्वयम् अस्ति. Because sat and asit, two things were there. If this shabdartha vede vaigunyam apatet. Vaigunyam is, our siddhanta is advaita. If you take the shabda, if you say shabdartha bhinna, shabdartha bhede, then vaigunyam apatet. Vaigunyam is virodaha. It is against our contention. We are talking about advaitam. Srishtege prak padartha-dvayam. Sat asit iti, sat iti eka padartah. Asit अन्य पदार्थः इति पदार्थद्वयस्य अस्तित्वं प्रसक्तं भवति. अतः वैगुण्यम् आपतेत्, विरोधः आपतेत्. If it is भिन्ना, we cannot accept that. How can there be द्वैतं before सृष्टेः प्राक्? After सृष्टि, we can say Dvaita Prapancha, Dvaitam eva. After Srishti also we say it is not Dvaitam, it is Advaitam eva, it is Ekam Satya eva, Jagat Rupena Vartate, Ataha Jagataha Satyatvam Nasti, Nitya eva, Ataha Advaitam eva. Now, Srishtehe Prak itself is saying, if he says Sat Asit, and if the meanings of the words are different, then it is Dvaita Prasangaha Bhavati, that we cannot accept. And now he also says, either if it is Dvaitam, if Shabdartha Vede, otherwise, Sat Asit Punarukti Doshaha. Dvaita Virodaha Bhavati, Atava Punarukti Doshaha Bhavati. Either way we are caught. Iti Purva Pakshi argues. Now we say, we don't accept Dvaita. Even after Srishti itself, Dvaitam is not there. Dvaita is only Vyavaharika. Paramarthika drishta Dvaitam nasti. Ekam eva. Ekam eva dvityam already we discussed. It is only Ekam eva advitiyam. Swagata vedaha nasti. Sajatiya vedaha nasti. Vijatiya vedaha nasti. Advaitam eva iti uktam. Therefore, Dvaitam we cannot accept. So, therefore, we say Shabdartha vedaha nasti. Shabdartha vedaha chet. Pradukti dosha bhavati. No, that also not there. Ma evam kimatam loke tata ikshanat. In the loka, in the world, it is seen. Iti. For that we give a drishtanta. That is said in the next shloka. Up to this we have seen 36. Next shloka we have to read. Here we can read it tika. Nanu असत एव इदम् अग्रे आसीत् इति अत्र यथा व्याघातः उक्तः केन अस्माभिः उक्तः, we told असत आसीत्, it's a व्याघात दोष, contradiction. तथा in the same way सदैव सौम्य इदम् अग्रे आसीत् इति अत्रापि दोषः अस्ति इति शङ्कते. as we point out the defect of contradiction in the statement of the Purva Pakshi Asat Asit. Similarly, Purva Pakshi now he points out saying that in the Vakyam Sadeva Somedamagra Asit, there are also dosha asti iti shankate. He doubts, is raising an objection. The Purva Pakshi not said, but we have to imagine. It is as though it is the doubt raised by the Purva Pakshi. What is the doubt? What is the shanka? Shankate. Sadasi iti. Sadasi. Sada. Sat asit iti. Sada sat asit iti iti. Sadasi diti iti. That is, iti is the tika iti. Sat asit iti, it is the shloka iti. So two itis are there. Sat asit iti iti. So sadasi diti iti. So you should not get confused. One iti is used by the shloka itself by Vidyaranyamuni. Other iti is the tika karas iti. Tatahi. That is iti means he pointing out the shloka. That is why it is given sat asit iti shabdartha. Now sadasit iti shabdartayoho shabda vedayoho. Sadasit iti shabda vedayoho arthaveda asti nava asti chet advaitaha nahi. If the shabdayoho arthavedaha, if the meaning of the shabda, two shabdas, sat asit, arthavedaha asti va asti chet advaitaha nahi. Advaita is dismissed. There cannot be advaita. Dvaitam. Nasti chet. Suppose if it is not, what? Arthavedaha nasti chet, punarukti syat. There will be punarukti dosha. Dosha of repetition. Why you say sat asit? Punarukti dosha. Both mean the same thing. Then punarukti dosha. Being Shruti Vagya, how can say talk like this? Punarukti dosha. Ataha sadasi iti anupapannam iti. Therefore, as we said, asat asit is anupapannam. Similarly, sat asit also anupapannam iti. Dvitiyam paksham adaya pariharati. Therefore, sadasita also anupapannam, not tenable. The second paksha also take, considering pariharati, it tries to dismiss. Now we say ma evam iti, not like that. Punarukti doshasya kaha parihara iti ashankya aha loke iti. Punarukti doshasya, the punarukti dosha, what is the parihara? How it is rectified? How it is remedied? How it is said that it is punarukti dosha is not really dosha. That is said saying loke ta ikshanat. In the loka it is seen. In the vyavahara it is seen. The vyavahara it is used. Therefore it is not a punarukti dosha. The vyavahara, such usages are there. So for punarukti dosha, how do you overcome this punarukti dosha? Kaha pariharaha iti ashankyaha loke. The author says for that. Loke tata ikshanat. The loka it is used. Therefore it is not a punarukti dosha. Example, how do you say that? The author gives example. Let us read the next shloka, shloka number 37. Kartavyam kurute vakyam.
कर्तव्यं
कर्तव्यं कुरुते
वाक्यं
वाक्यं
ब्रूते धार्यस्य धारणम्
ब्रूते धार्यस्य
धार्यस्य
धारणम्
धारणम्
इत्यादि वासनाभिष्टम्
इत्यादि
वासनाभीष्टम्
प्रत्यासीत् सदितीरणम्
प्रत्यासीत् सदितीरणम्
सदितीरणम्
कर्तव्यं कुरुते वाक्यं ब्रूथे धार्यस्य धारणम् इत्यादि वासनाविष्टम् प्रति आसीत् सत् इति ईरणम्. To split to understand. ईरणम्. ईरणम् इत्युक्ते कथनम् इत्यर्थः. कथनम्, ईरणम्. Said. It is ईरणम् कथनम् लोके दृश्यते. एतावत् लोके दृश्यते. ईरणम्. कर्तव्यम् कुरुते. कर्तव्यम्, we know that is derived from the dhatu kru dhatu. Kurute kru dhatu ubepadi. Kurute kurvate kurvate atmanipadi usage here. Kartavyam karoti atava kartavyam kurute. That is a vakyam. A vakyam lokika drishtanta is given. Why this drishtanta given? Shabdartayoho abhedaha asti. Veda baksha we can't accept. Shabdartayoho abhede sati. Then we give this Shabda padadvayena artha na binnaha. Shabdartayoho artha binnaha nasti. For that this example is given. Loke eta ikshanat. What kartavyam kurute iti vakyam कर्तव्यम् अत्र पदद्वयम् अस्ति. यथा सत् आसीत् इति पदद्वयम् अत्रापि अस्मिन् वाक्ये अपि कर्तव्यं कुरुते इति पदद्वयम् अस्ति. पदद्वये धातु इस् समानः कृ धातु. कर्तव्यं कृ प्लस् तव्य प्रत्यय. कुरुते तदपि डुक्रिङ् धातु. डुक्रिङ् करणे इति तनादिगण धातु हि एव. सो कर्तव्यं कुरुते. Kurute means does, performs. Kartavyam is that should be done. Karma. Karma kurute. Karma means it is karma. If you suppose we translate, he performs performance. He performs action. He does action. What is action? Action, act, acting, doing. He does action. Does the kriya padam. Object, action. Same thing. Same mean he does action. Does also doing. Kriya padam. Action also act. So kartavyam kurute. He does what is to be done. So kartavyam is unnecessary. Why kartavyam is there? Then just kurute is enough. It is something like the joke. Here the quality fishes are sold. That a comedy is that. In fact, that comedy was told by Puja Swamiji in the class. Probably that would have come in the movie. Here quality fishes are sold. And why do we need here? Here only it is sold. Why the word here is a bit of. Then quality. Then what about others? Do they sell unquality fishes? The quality also removed. Fishes are sold. What else you sell it here? Fishes only. Remove it. Then sold. What? Similarly here also. In fact, this joke was told by Swamiji. So therefore, he does what is to be done. Then kartavyam is not necessary. Just say kurute. Kurute means it doesn't convey anything. Kurute, it is something like sold. The blackboard sold. So kartavyam, what is done is action, and this action is done. Kartavyam is not required, but in the Vyavahara we use it. Kartavyam kurute. Iti vakyam brute. Iti vakyam brute. So kurute iti padena, kartavyam iti padena, artha veda asti va nasti. Kopi artha vedaha artha vishesha nasti. Tatapi etat vakyam loke prasiddham. Anya udaharanamapi Acharya vadati. Dharyasya dharanam. Another example. Dharanam dhrudhatu. Dharati dhrudhatu. Carries. Dharyasya. And dharyasya also can be dhrudha only. Dhr, ru, hello, ho. nyat. From dru dhatu, you get the krityanta shabda, dru plus nyat, kridanta. Kartavyam also kritya only. That is tabya, here dru is nyat, riharaho nyat. So dru plus nyat, dharya, you get dharyasya, dharanam. Dharanam is salute. It is also kridanta, dharyas. He carries what is to be carried. Now this dharyasya is unnecessary again here. Yatha kartavyam, that is unnecessary. Similarly, dharyasya dharanam also it is unnecessary. Dharyasya dharanam. शब्दयोः एतयोः शब्दयोः अर्थभेदः नास्ति समानः अर्थः एव किमर्थम् एतावत् लोके प्रयुज्यते लोक this is how it is loka in the world it is used vyavaharas lot of such examples are there and shruti teaches the tattvam shruti reveals the truth it also has to use the language the bhasha it has to use the also as a language the bhasha the language and the style of that should be in keeping with the understanding of the people in the world, the usage understanding, the how the people in the world they understand the language, how they understand how they use it. The same style only Shruti also has to use because Shruti teaches whom? Shruti teaches the student. Where is student? Where is the student? Student is in the loka in the Vyavahara only. He is much familiar with the Vyavahara. So used all such words, vakyas. He has been listening. So therefore Shruti has to use. Otherwise, so what Shruti will say? Shruti will say just Kurute. Then what will he understand? He will have doubt. Kurute, what is Kurute? As he understands Kartavyam Kurute in the Loka, that is done. There he doesn't question. He understands. He is already oriented with such usages. Familiarity is there. Therefore, Shruti also uses the same language which the student, the sadhakas are familiar with. So, therefore, what is important is what is communicated, that is important. Because we are Shruti tries to communicate that which is incommunicable. Yato vacho nivartante. Aprapya manasa saha. So Shruti is doing a big job. It has used the words because Shabda Pramanam, the words convey the meaning. So the words have to be used. And you cannot use words which are which we cannot understand. If the sadhakas cannot understand, it has to use because Shruti is for only for the sadhaka, not for itself. It has to make the sadhaka, the student understand. So therefore, since vivaksha is required in arriving at what Shruti wants to communicate, therefore, understanding the vivaksha of the Shruti Vakya, we should not challenge the words of the Shruti. We should give the benefit of doubt to the Shruti. Not doubt even. If there is no doubt here, we should understand. We should not challenge. We should try to understand the vivaksha of the Shruti. Kartavyam kurte means we understand the vivaksha. As we understand the vivaksha in the Vyavahara. Similarly, when Shruti says, why do we find fault there? We have to understand the vivaksha of the Shruti. Sat alone we cannot say. Sat alone will not do. Sat. Asit if we don't say. Sat. Ekating vakyam. Vakyam, when we say a sentence has to be with the Kriya Padam. Sat asit only you have to say. Sat, suppose Sat. Shruti says just Sat and keeps quiet. Then it is meaningless. You have to complete. Asit, Kriya Padam have to be used. Or if you say just Asit, the question comes, the subject has to be there. Asit means what Asit? Saha Asit, Tat Asit, Sa Asit, Shunyam Asit. Again, that will be very convenient for the Purvapakshi. So, one more word is required. Vivaksha is important. What given Vyavahara also, we understand the intention of the speaker. We just don't go by the words alone. We see the intonation of the words, we see the intention of the word when the speaker speaks, when the teacher scolds a student. If the student is mature, he will understand the intention of the speaker. The teacher is interested in his progress, therefore he scolds. So the vivaksha is important, not just the words. And here, he says, Acharya says second line, Ityadi vasana vishtam. The student already is oriented. He has got such vasana, much familiar with such laukika prayoga. Vasana vishtam, vasanaya avishtam. The student is vasanaya avishtam, is already familiar. Vasanaya avishtam, vasana vishtam prati, shishyam prati, mumukshubhi prati. The Shruti says. The mumukshu, the sadhaka, the shishyas are used to such kind of words. Therefore, Iranam, it is told by the Shruti to the Shishya who is used to listening such words. Therefore, even though Pularukti dosha is there, it is not a defect. So, by saying this, even if Pularukti dosha is there, Anayasena Pratipadyam Bhavati. Therefore, Sat Asid iti Pularukti dosha atra asti iti न वक्तव्यम. Therefore, we cannot say सदासीत् इति सद्वस्तु अवर्तते इति कथनम इति अस्मिन् वाक्ये दोषः नास्ति. It's not a dosha because लोके ईक्षणात्, when it is seen in the loka, लोके एतावत् वाक्यं बहूनि वाक्यानि सन्ति, अतः पुनरुक्ति दोषः नास्ति इति. So therefore, punarukti dosha, when it will come, in fact, saying the same thing again and again, that is also not punarukti dosha when it comes to the Shastra. Repetition. In fact, repetition is one of the linga, shadlinga, abhyasa purvatapalam. Repetition, abhyasaha. Upakramopasamharaha, abhyasa purvatapalam. So abhyasaha is repetition because the student has the habit of forgetfulness. Therefore, again and again he has to be woken up. Therefore, Shruti says. And the Shruti conveys that which cannot be conveyed by words. So when it comes to that, we have to understand the vivaksha of the Shruti. This punarukti will be there, but it is not considered to be a dosha. So such a beautiful analysis. How deeply goes into every word and analysis. So punarukti is the sat asid. Asat asid, there is dosha. We give the logic. In sat asid, there is no dosha. Evam लोके एवं विधेषु प्रयोगेषु पुनरुक्ति अभावः कुत्र दृष्ट इति आशंक्याः. In the loka where such punarukti doshas are there, punarukti abhavah iti, for that, if it is say, then for that the author, the Dhyarnamani gives some the drishtanta. Kartavyam iti, dharanam iti, bhavati evam lokeshu to kim ayati iti ataha aha. इति लोके एतावत् भवति एवं श्रुतौ अपि आयातम्. Then next shloka. So punarukti dosha. Then again another objection. Objection is not over. Again, next objection. Let us read. कालाभावे पुरेत्युक्तिः
कालाभावे पुरेत्युक्तिः
कालवासनया युतम्
कालवासनया युतम्
शिष्यं प्रत्येव तेनात्र
शिष्यं
प्रत्येवतेनात्र
द्वितीयं न हि शङ्क्यते.
द्वितीयं न हि
न हि
शक्यते.
शक्यते.
Here also another objection is raised. Sadeva somedam agre asit. Now here, Sadeva Somi Idam Agre. Agre is Pura. Srishtehe Prak. Pura. Pura means Purvam. Purvam. Purvam is before. Before means it is, when we say before, it could be in terms of Desha or Kala. A person is standing before me. That is, before me, directions are there. That is all. This words is used to indicate the direction before. Similarly, in terms of time, before I was so and so, it means before 10 years. So therefore, Pura meaning before can mean Kala, can mean or mean Desha. Kalataha, Deshataha. Now here in the Vakya, Shruti Vakya, Sadeva Soma Idam Agre. Agre means Pura. Pura means where? What Pura here? Srishtehe Prak. Before Srishti. Before Srishtehe Prak, Srishtehe Pura iti uktam asti. So time before the Srishti. This Srishtehe Pura, that creates opposition in the opponent. What opponent? What is the opposition? See, the Pura Pakshi objects at every step. Now, Pura, when we say Pura here, it is used to refer to the time. Pura, Kale, Srishtehe Prak, before the Srishti, denotes time. So you are using a word in time. Shruti, you are means Shruti uses a word in time. So Pura, the part of the word, the Pura is Pura. When we say it is, the Pura pertains to the time which is before Srishti. Before Srishti, where is time? Srishtehe Paschadeva Desha Kala. Time is also, it is created. Time is not there before the Srishti. Where is time before the Srishti? We use AD BC, taking the birth of Christ as the criteria to refer to the time before him, after him. But what is time as such really? There is no time. And that too, Srishtehe. There is no time, so we cannot refer to time without some reference. We need some reference, therefore AD BC with regard to the birth, the Christ, the birth of Christ. Now, we are talking about before the Srishti. Before the Srishti, where is time? Jagat is itself not there. Time itself not there. But Shruti uses Pura, Srishtehe, Prak, Pura, Agre. So how can you use Pura? Kala abhave, Pura iti uktihi. Time is not there. Kala abhave, kalasya abhave, kala abhave. That is the absence of time. There is absence of time. And you are using the word Pura. Pura iti uktihi. That is also a dosha. When time is not there, kalasya abhave, Pura iti uktihi. No, we say, no, it is not like that. There are many justifies, sir. Pura uktihi, natu atra doshaya bhavati. Pura uktihi, kala abhave, srishtéhe purvam kalasya abhave, pura purvamiti kathanam asti tatra doshaha nasti. Why? For the same reason what we said before. First, understand the objection. What we say, srishtéhe prak, ekameva dvitiyam sadvastu asti. Now, in the sadvastu, in the advitiya vastu, the advitiya vastu, kala is there or not there? In the advitiyam, where is kala? कालस्य अभावात् अद्वितीये वस्तुनि कथं पुरा इति वक्तुं शक्यते, कथं युज्यते सृष्टेः प्राक् अग्रे इति. For that we give the samadhanam. It is not like that. Here, Shruti again teaches to the Shishya who is has this got the samskara. Kala vasanaya yutam. He is yutam endowed with, he has got familiarity with, he is much accustomed to the samskara. Kala vasana samskara. Kala vasanaya yutam. Kaha kala vasanaya yutam shishyam prati, to the shishya, to the student. Kalavasanaya yutam shishyam prati shrutihi vadati. Therefore, to the listener is a student. He is much familiar with, is oriented with the kala. So you cannot talk to them, you cannot convey to the student the timeless state. You have to talk in his language. You have to talk to him in his language because he is oriented. He is oriented with such usages. So, therefore, Shruti directly cannot, it just cannot sit without agree. Timeless state he cannot talk about. Timeless, he cannot understand. He cannot understand the state where there is no time, no space, he cannot understand. For him, the Srishti itself is real. We are trying to make, the Shruti trying to make him understand Shruti, the Srishti is Mithya. It has come in time, the time is Mithya, all is a Mithya. And for the Shishya, it is a Satyam, therefore only he is learning. If he knows the truth, then why should he come to the Shruti? Therefore, understanding the condition, understanding the Vasana of the student, is familiarity with the usages, its familiarity with the world, its orientation with the world. Therefore, the Shruti also uses the word Pura. Without, otherwise, how Shruti will convey the timeless Brahma, Advitiya Vastu? Not possible. Therefore, Shishyam Prati Tena, Shishyam Prati, Pura, the word is used. Tena Atra, because of the usage of the word Pura, Atra Dvitiyam na Shankate. Don't think it is Dvitiyam. Because Pura is there. Pura means before. So before means time factor is there. If you take it literally, time. So Advitiyam Brahma eva asti Pura. Time also is there. Therefore Dvitiyam. No. Dvitiyam iti na shankate. Na shankyate. Don't think Dvitiyam vastu asti iti. This Dvitiyam, this usage is only for the sake of the Shishya who is Kalavasanaya Yuktaha Shishyaha. So therefore, this Jagat is Karyam. Sadvastu is Karanam. So this Karyam was in the form of Karanam. Then we have to use the word Pura. Agre. Yat Purvam Karanam Rupena Asit Tadeva Idanim Karya Rupena Jagat Rupena Bhavati. So Karyasya Utpattehe Purvam Prak Karanameva Asit. Shishya understands that language only. Iti Shishyasya Bodhanam Kartavyam. Shishya understands what is there is no Karya. Before it was Karan. Before means time. Time comes. But that is not really a time, but Shishya is oriented with such usages, such understanding. Therefore, you have to say. Otherwise, how do you say? Sat alone was. Sat alone is. Cannot say. Difficult. Karya Karana Prakriya implies the usage of Purva Para. Purvam Karyam Idanim, that is Paschat Karyam. the Jagat. एतावदेव शिष्यस्य अवगमनं भवति. Therefore अत्र द्वितीयं न शङ्क्यते. You should not doubt द्वितीयं सद्वस्तुनः द्वितीयं, that is द्वितीयवस्तु कालरूपेण अस्ति इति न शङ्क्यते. इति शङ्कायाः अवसरः अत्र नास्ति. So don't doubt that there is द्वितीयं vastu here. Every object subject to time and space, and also limited by the other object. Desha kala vastu parichinnaha. An object is conditioned by time and space, mainly time and space, and of course other object also vastu, other object also conditions. So therefore only each one is parichedaha, limited. This is the orientation what the student has. Desha kala vastu parichinnaha. So kala vasanaya yutam. Therefore desha kala becomes the factor. Desha kala becomes a factor of the limitation. The cause for the limitation of a thing is desha and kala. Shishyasya kalavasanaya yuktaha. Ataha pura, the word the Shruti uses, is justifiable. It is a deliberate usage by the Shruti, a deliberate compromise which the Shruti does. Otherwise, the vastu cannot be conveyed. How will you teach the vastu to the Shishya? Not possible. So, now where is pura in the Vakya? Agre. Agre is a Vakya in the Shruti. That means pura. Sadeva Soumya Vidam Agre Asit. Agre means Purvam, pura ityartaha. So, therefore, Vasanaya Yutam Shishyam Prati Etavat Prati Pura Ukti Kala Bhave Api Tatra Dvitiyam Na Shankate. Dvitiya Vastu Iti Asti Iti Shankayaha Avasaraha Nasti. There is no chance, there is no Avasaraha, Sandarbhaha Nasti, Dvitiya Shanku Iti Shankayaha. There is no space, there is no chance to doubt that there is a second thing. Advitiyam Vastu Eva. Let us see the other words also. Ekameva Dvitiyam. That is why the Vichara, Vakya Vichara is required. Pada Vichara, Vakya Vichara. Every word is taken, analyze with our understanding and what the Shruti wants to say. Shruti conveys that which cannot be conveyed. That which cannot be conveyed. That is why Shruti sometimes uses the words which are seemingly contradictory. Not really, seemingly. Now, Tika, Nanu, Advitiye Vastuni, Bhuta Kala Abhavat. There is no Kala Abhava. Asit, Vasit was used and Pura, Agre. So, Bhuta Kala Abhavat, Agra Asi iti Uktihi, Anupapanna, it is not tenable. When Kala is not there, the Kala, not Bhuta Kala Abhavat. That Bhuta Vartamana Bhavishya iti Kala, Nasti Kalaha, Nasti Kala Abhavaha, then Asat Agre Asi iti Uktihi, not tenable. Anupapanna iti Ashankya Aha. Doubting, the author says, Kala iti. Nanu, Jagat Utpattehe Pura, Jagat Abhavena, Sadvitiyatvam, Brahmana hiti Ashankya, Shruti Pravrittehe, Dvaitavasana Shrotra Pratibodhanartatvat, Ati Shankaniyam itiyaha tena iti. One should not doubt Jagat Utpattehe Pura. Before the Jagat Utpatti, Srishtehe Pura, Jagat Nasti, Jagat Abhavena. Therefore, Sadvitiyatvam Brahmana iti. Therefore, there Dvitiya Brahma, because Pura is used, Jagat Bhavena, Jagat Abhavena iti Ashankya. Shruti pravrittehe, the one Shruti pravrittehe, that is Shishya, Dvaitavasanaya, Dvaitavasana Vishta, Vasanaya Avishtam, Dvaita Asana Vishtam Kaha, the Shtotra, that is the listener. Shtotra Pratibodhanartatva, to Pratibodhanam is teaching. Shtotra Pratibodhanartatvat, na ati ashankaniyam iti aha. The Shruti teaches to the student. He is a Shrota. He is already endowed with the Dvaita Vasana. Shruti Pravrittehe, who has entered, was in the Shruti Pravesha, was learning the Shruti. Shruti Pravrittehe Shishyasya, who is endowed with the Dvaita Vasana, in order to make him understand, in order to teach him Pratibodhanartatvat. Pura iti, yadyapi kala abhavaha asti, the Shruti uses the word Pura iti. Atra ataha Shankaniyam, na Shankaniyam, Ati Shankaniyam. Don't stretch your doubt too much here. Pura iti, tera atra dvitiyam na Shankete. Dvitiyam vastu asti iti na Shankete. Atra Shankayah avasaraha nasti. Shruti is teaching to the student who is already familiar with. Therefore, one should not doubt the Shruti here. Then, the next shloka, 39th shloka, here also, this is an important shloka. In the sense, the Shruti uses the words which we use in Vivahara. With the limited words, the Shruti conveys the limitless Vastu. Vastu cannot be captured by words. Vastu cannot be captured by words. That's why Yato Vajo Nivartante. Words we use in the Dvaita Prapancha. And the words, how can with the words we can refer to or talk about Advaita. In Advaita, there is no speech at all. There is silence. That's why Mauna Vyakya Prakadita Parabrahma Tattvam Vivanam. So therefore here the author says, let us read this shloka. Chodyam va pariharo va
Chodyam va pariharo va
kriyatam dvaita bhashaya
kriyatam dvaita
Yatam
bhashaya
Dvaita Bhashaya
advaita bhashaya chodyam
Advaita bhashaya
Advaita
chodyam
Bhashaya Chodyam
nasti napi taduttaram.
Nasti napi
Napi
taduttaram.
Taduttaram.
Advaitam, how will you convey? Then what is there is only Advaitam. If Advaitam alone is there, who is the questioner, who is the listener? There cannot be any question, there cannot be any answer. Teacher not there, Shishya not there. We used the Dvaita Bhasha to convey the Advaita Vastu. There's only Advaita Bhasha. So Advaita Bhashaya Chodyam Nasti. Chodyam is question. Chodyam Nasti, Uttaram api Nasti. Dvaita Bhashaya eva Chodyam Uttaram asti. Advaita Bhashaya. So the student has Dvaita Samskara. To the student who has the Samskara of Dvaitam, the Advaitam is taught. Now, when Advaitam is taught, then the student, he will question Advaitam because he is much familiar, oriented with this Dvaita. So in Advaitam, see, the student also asks question. Is the student who is asking the question, if he is Already, if he is familiar with Advaitam, if he knows Advaitam, he will not question. Because in Advaitam, there is no question. Because questioner itself is not there. So all this question answer, everything is only, everything happens only in the Vyavakarika. Atu Advaita Paramartha. In Paramarthika, where is the question? Who is the questioner? And who is the answerer? In Advaitam, there is no question. Question itself is not there. Because he is an Advaita, where is the question? So we question the reality of Dvaitam, not in Advaitam, in Dvaitam only. This Dvaita Prapancha is real or Mithya. This enquiry is made where? Not in Advaita. This enquiry is made in the Dvaita Prapancha only, in Dvaita world only. The Shishya wants to know the Advaitam, the Satyam, the truth. And the question he asks in the Dvaita Prapancha only, Dvaita Bhashaya only, Dvaita words. We question Dvaitam based on our understanding of Advaitam. Advaitam Satyam. Therefore, Dvaita is, this Dvaita, reality of the Dvaita is inquired. Therefore, we raise question, this Vishya also raise question. When we say Advaitam eva Satyam iti, then the Dvaitam is questioned. So, therefore, Chodyam va pariharo va kriyatam Dvaita Vashaya. Shruti talks about, talking about Pura. Pura, it cannot have time. That was in the past Pura. But Shruti wants to negate time, in fact. Sat Asit. The intention of the Shruti is to not to establish time. Pura, saying Pura. Shruti wants to negate time. Sat Asit. Before creation, Sat was. Sat was means it is not time. Time was not there. It to be born. Then how to say that? How to say that? We use words where? In Dvaita Prapancha. In Dvaita means it implies Desha Kala. So time is there. Word is there in only in time. Time itself is a product. To say that Shruti has to use a word which is in time. Otherwise, how do you communicate? Communication is not possible. Or Shruti has to negate Sagunam in order to unfold Nirgunam. The teaching happens in the Dvaita Prapancha, Dvaita world. The teaching to the student who has the samskara of Dvaita. To say that there is guna in Dvaitam, Advaitam. There is no guna in Advaita. Now the Shruti has to use the word guna. Guna means Nirgunam Brahma. Nirgunam Brahma, Advaitam Brahma. There is no guna in Brahma. To say that, guna has to be used. And Sagunam, the Shishya is much familiar with Jagat, Sagunam Brahma. And it is negated in Nirgunam Brahma. We are not negating Nirgunam in Nirguna Avastha. There is no, because there is no questioner, there is no teacher. There is no Shishya, there is no teacher. Nirgunam is not talked about in the Nirguna Avastha. Nirguna Brahma is talked about in the Saguna Avastha and the Dvaita Avastha only. Sagunam is Dvaitam. Nirgunam is Advaitam. So, therefore, this Kala, Desha, Guna, etc. are to be used. We are not to retain them. Use them to establish, use them to make the student understand Nirgunam Brahma. That for that much only it is used. So, therefore, in the unfoldment, the word, the Kala, Guna, etc., the unfoldment of the Advaitam, all these words are swallowed. There is no reality given to it. Since the teaching happens in the Advaita and in the Dvaita, in the Vyavahara, and the students are and the student is familiar with that, therefore such words are used. But in understanding, all these words are swallowed. We cannot ask. We cannot ask how can we use guna, kala, etc. Even though Brahma doesn't have guna, we have to use guna. Because we think Brahma is with guna. Therefore, Sagunam has to be dismissed. So the Sagunam has to be dismissed, therefore Guna, etc. have to be used. Guna means the Desha Kala, all these things have to be used. Because the teaching takes place not in the Advaita Avastha, it takes place in the Vyavahara. Vyavahara duality is there. Shishya is there, teacher is there. The whole thing, the teaching happens in the Dvaitam, the Dvaita Prapancha only. Therefore, words which are obtained from the Dvaitam, Dvaita Prapancha, are used to convey the Advaita, Sat, Brahma. Therefore, every time, every point we have to say, dismiss, neti, 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 not this, not this. Pura, time not there. Guna, guna not there. So, therefore, in unfolding the Advaita, all these things are the guna, kala, etc. They are used provisionally. Because they are used provisionally doesn't mean they are Satyam. This is how the Advaita Vastu is communicated or communication can be done. Otherwise, there is no way. There is no way of communication. Therefore, the Shruti uses these words temporarily. Because he uses temporarily, one should not think this is Satyam, as the Purvapakshi asked. Shruti also uses this Dvaita, Bhasha, Dvaita words to unfold Advaita. There is a need to unfold Advaitam in the Dvaita. In the Dvaita, to the Dvaita student. Dvaita student means who is oriented with the Dvaitam. For him, duality is real because it is what is experienced. So we have to use those words. So Dvaita Bhashaya. Therefore, the author says, Chodyamba Pariharahava. Chodyam means question. Any question or answer is always in the language of duality. The speaker is there and the listener is there. So all question and answer takes place in the Dvaita language, Dvaita Prapancha. What about Brahma? Brahma is Satyam, it is Avyayam. There cannot be Dvaitam, there cannot be questioner, there cannot be the teacher, there cannot be the student. But language is required to communicate, to present Advaitam. Therefore, Brahma, Atma, when we say, they undergo change only in the language. In fact, Brahma is declinable in all the linga. So they have gender, number, Ekvachanam, Dvivachanam, Bhagavachanam. They are all in the Dvaita Prapancha. They are in the language of the duality. Dvaita Bhashaya Kriyatam. Dvaita Bhashaya Kriyatam Chodyam Pariharahava. Nato Advaita Bhashaya. Question and answer are there. Chodyam question and Pariharaha answer. Advaita Bhashaya Chodyam Nasti. Uttaramapi Nasti. When the questioner is not there, there is no question. Because the questioner is non-dual, Advaitam Brahma. The questioner was swallowed in this understanding of Advaitam Brahma. Questioner before he had false Abhimana. In the wake of Jnanam, there is no questioner. Advaita Bhashaya. Shishya, once he becomes enlightened, what question he will ask? Chodyam Nasti. He is no more Shishya, in fact. The difference is itself resolved. There is no Shishya, there is no teacher. That is why before the Shishya gets Jnanam, the Guru has to get all the namaskar, everything from the Shishya. Therefore, Chodyam Nasti, Napi Uttaram. Because after that, Tato Tomasi means he will say, we both are, not there is no both. Agam Brahma, Bhavan Api Brahma, Abhedaha. There is no communication. What communication? How will I communicate with myself? Therefore, when Chodyam is not there, where is the Uttaram? Napi Uttaram. All these are one only. Therefore, from the standpoint of this Advaita, so all these limitations or all these limitations which we see in Dvaita Prapancha are superimposed on Brahma, and the Shishya who is familiar with it, all the misconceptions have to be removed. That can be done only in the Vyavaharika, not in the Paramarthika. In the Paramarthika, not required. Therefore, Vyavaharika, this Saguna is dismissed. So, therefore, in Nirgunam, one cannot talk about Nirgunam. In Sagunam, Nirgunam can be talked about using the languages of the Sagunam. Languages of the Sagunam, and this Sagunam is dismissed. So, therefore, Chodyam Vyavaharaha with Advaita Bhashaya. Dvaita Bhashaya Bhavati, Nato Advaita Bhashaya. Atma is Akarta, Brahma is Akarta, Abhokta. So, Dvaita Bhasha implies Kartru, Bhoktru. Kartrutvam Bhoktru. Advaita Bhasha, there is no Karta Bhokta. So, when Atma and Brahma, Advaitam is understood, Akarta, the word Akarta itself it got dismissed. See, the word Akarta, Abhokta, we say that because there is a sense of, there's a notion of Kartrutvam, therefore we talk about Akarta, Abhokta, Atma. Atma as such is neither Akarta, Abhokta. It doesn't know all these things. We use Akarta, Abhokta in the Dvaita Bhasha only. We think Atma to be Karta, therefore to dismiss that we say Akarta. In Advaita Avastha, what Karta, what Akarta? In Nirgunam, all this Nirgunam, Nishkriyam Brahma, all these words are meaningless. So therefore, all these words are intended only in the Vyavaharika Dvaita to dismiss the notions, Dvaita notions. In Brahma, Brahma is not Vyavaharikam, it is Abhyavaharika Brahma. In Abhyavaharika Brahma, where is the Akarta? Why you want to dismiss the Kartrutvam, which is attributed to Brahma in the Vyavahara? Therefore, Brahma is the only being, only thing. There is nothing else. There is no such Vyavahara as we seen in the Dvaita Prapancha. It is just one whole thing, one Brahma. So when we talk of, even we can talk of Brahma only in the Dvaita. Because because we need to understand Brahma, therefore, and that also using Dvaita Bhasha, because we are familiar with the Dvaitam. Therefore, Chodyam asti, Uttaram asti, Dvaita Bhashaya. Natu Advaita Bhashaya. Brahma is one non-dual. Therefore, how can non-dual Brahma be revealed by the words directly? Directly not possible. That is why Shruti uses the words, indirect words, the words which we are familiar with that words, the Shruti presents Brahma. Otherwise, the words can directly reveal Brahma. Then Brahma also subject to Vyavahara. Brahma is always revealed by implied words. Implied words. Mukhya we have seen there are two ways a vacuum can be. Mukhya primary meaning, and secondary meaning. We cannot go by the Mukhya we cannot go by the Mukhya direct meaning. We have to take the indirect meaning. Taptaya Pindavata in Vedanta Saravisa. If we take the Mukhya we take the secondary meaning. We take the implied words. That is why we do Bhagatyaga Lakshana. So what Shruti reveals is understood by the implied words of the Shruti. Shruti uses words to negate the wrong notions. Otherwise, what will happen? Then it will bring more and more wrong notions. As when Buddha was asked about the truth, he remained silent. Its silence lead to so many philosophies. So therefore, since Shruti tries to reveal that which cannot be revealed, it's a very big job. Ito vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. The words also return back, falls back. They cannot have access to Brahma. Therefore, direct meaning cannot be, we cannot take the direct meaning of the words of the Vakya. We have to understand the Vivaksha, implied meaning of the words of the Shruti, to understand the Paramartha Vastu, Brahma Vastu, because it is not available for Vyavahara. Therefore, all this question and answer is only in the Dvaita Bhashaya eva vartate, Advaita Bhashaya na chodyam, therefore tasareva swam idamagra asid, Dvaita Bhasha or Advaita Bhasha? Dvaita Bhasha. Therefore, in the Vakya, we have to take the implied meaning, intended meaning, not the Vachyartha. Lakshyartha, that is important, secondary meaning. Vachyartha is primary. We cannot take the Vachyartha. If we require Vachyartha, then we don't need all the techniques, the shuttling and all not required. Analysis is not required. Vachyartha. We want the Lakshyartha. For that only analysis of the words, Bhagatyaha Lakshana, Bhagatyaha Lakshanaya, Brahma, Avagantavya. That is the meaning of this shloka. Therefore, Idanim सिद्धांत रहस्यमः. What is सिद्धांत रहस्य? चोद्यमिति. व्यावहार दशायां चोद्यादि कर्तव्यं परमार्थतः तु अद्वैतमेव तत्त्वं सत्तत्त्वम् इत्यर्थः. चोद्यादि कर्तव्यं, all these are only vyavahara, only the vyavahara. परमार्थतः तु अद्वैतमेव तत्त्वं. Where is चोद्यादि कर्म? तत्र नास्ति एव इति. It's an important shloka. We'll stop here. We will continue in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavadah.
धन्यवादः
जी.
धन्यवादः शरण.
धन्यवाद शरण जी.
धन्यवाद जी.
धन्यवाद.